Hey everyone, it's season 2 of the Last Bachelor podcast. I'm your host, Elvin Matos. After a 2-year break, I'm back. And this season, we're going in. Today, I'm here to speak about intergenerational trauma in the Afro-Latino community, a topic that many of us carry within, sometimes without fully understanding its weight. I want to acknowledge the work of Dr. Mariel, Buque, and her powerful book, Break the Cycle, which explores this very journey of trauma, healing, and the power to transform what we pass on to the next generation. Intergenerational trauma, as Dr. Buque discusses, is a trauma passed from one generation to the next, manifesting in the ways we think, act, and even feel. For Afro-Latinos, this trauma is inseparable from the history of slavery, colonization, and racism that our ancestors endured and resisted. It's a history that includes our communities being torn from their homelands, enduring brutal injustices, and then facing generations of systemic oppression that sought to erase our identities, silence our voices, and make us doubt our worth. As Dr. Buque writes, healing is a radical act in a world that wants to see you continue the cycle. Her words resonate deeply because, for so long, the trauma we carry has been seen as an unavoidable reality, a shadow that follows us. But she teaches us that we can break this cycle by understanding, processing, and reclaiming our stories. By recognizing that the patterns of pain and struggle are not ours to keep or pass on, we can interrupt them, create new patterns of resilience, and move forward in ways that honor our heritage rather than remain trapped by it. Dr. Buque points out that intergenerational trauma doesn't only show up in big moments. It's there in the smaller, daily battles too. It's in the subtle self-doubt, the internalized message that tells us we're not enough, the fears we carry in spaces where we still feel marginalized. It's also in our community's struggles with issues like mental health stigma, which often keeps us from seeking help when we need it most. We may be the first generation even talking openly about these traumas, acknowledging that our struggles with anxiety, depression, or self-worth are connected to a much larger historical forces. But Dr. Buque reminds us that understanding this truth is also the beginning of healing. When we accept that these struggles aren't just ours, but part of a much older story, we gain a perspective needed to change them. In her words, healing is both an act of personal power and community strength. To heal ourselves is to heal generations past and generations to come. Break the Cycle teaches us how to do just that, offering tools to break out of the patterns that have haunted us. Whether it's therapy, connecting to our cultural roots, or finding spaces where we feel seen and understood, every small act of self-care and community care is a step towards rewriting the narrative. By recognizing these traumas, speaking their names, and transforming our pain into purpose, we are not just healing ourselves, but changing what it means to be Afro-Latino. This work, however, is not easy. Breaking cycles demands courage, honesty, and an unwavering commitment to growth. But as Dr. Buque reminds us, we're not alone. We have the resilience of our ancestors, the strength of our communities, and most importantly, the ability to create a legacy that's defined not by pain, but by love, healing, and empowerment. So today I leave you with this. Let us honor the past, but let us refuse to be defined by it. Let us break the cycle just as Dr. Buque has shown us we can, and build a future that's grounded in resilience and hope. Together, let's turn intergenerational trauma into intergenerational healing, ensuring a brighter path forward for all those who come after us. And in the words of Kendrick Lamar, I got royalty inside my DNA. That's your quote for today. Thank you. You've been listening to The Last Bachelor. Until the next episode.